You are a tremendous asshole.
As a lot of dog in a small space.
I'm tired. I'll put my initials on shit.
Sushi jackknife, 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 sushi jackknife.
Welcome to this shithole of a podcast, everybody.
Oh, man.
Woo!
That's us right here.
Woo! Let's have a quick. We have some terrible vodka.
I don't know that it's terrible vodka. It's vodka. Vodka inherently is terrible. It falls in the realm of vodka.
This is Ukrainian heritage, I think it's called. Homemade rye vodka, and boy, it tastes like the sink.
What do you think a Russian would do if you carried in Ukrainian vodka?
Oh, they'd be
and went,
very
hey,
mad.
check this out.
They'd be very pissed.
There's no way. I mean, that would be like taking Canadian rum to Cuba. There is no way that flies. No one's happy about that decision.
American brandy to France.
Uh-huh. Oh, man. Oh,
very pissed.
You know, as bad as
super pissed.
Like as mad as Russia would be,
yeah,
France would be so much madder about that.
So much madder.
All right, let's do this.
Let's do this. Dos Vidonia.
Blah, blah, blah.
Don't get any on you.
Cabra.
Oh, god damn it. It tastes like...
I want to remove my throat now.
It tastes like
Why?
Don't ever buy any booze that's from, like, the former USSR.
Oh, man. I need this LaCroix so bad.
Though the French would be pleased with how you just said LaCroix.
I know.
LaCroix. I think.
Do people in Ukraine really drink that?
Oh, yeah.
Or do they hold out for the actual Russian vodka? There's no way they think that's good.
No, it's terrible.
It tastes like if you took shoe polish
yep.
and put it in rubbing alcohol for a while and then said, drink this.
It's true. And that was ice cold. That's been in my freezer for weeks.
Oh, have you tried mixing it with anything?
I was, I half-heartedly was going to make a martini with it, and then I thought it's just going to be a really shitty martini.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Even like a vodka tonic, if you put like 80% tonic, you'd still be tasting it going, oh no.
This is not passable by any means, no.
Oh, that's no good.
No.
Welcome to Sushi Jackknife.
Welcome to Sushi Jackknife. This is what we do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Boy,
I'm going to spend the rest of the podcast just lamenting the death of my taste buds.
Thank you for helping me.
Oh.
Thank you for helping me drink that.
Oh, they're shriveling up and...
I can hear them. If you open your mouth and stick it up to the mic,
If I open my mouth, you'll just hear, Howie! Oh! Why?
Sounds like you're letting air out of a balloon. I do a pretty convincing dinosaur.
you know who started doing a really good dinosaur noise inadvertently? My child. So on Mondays, my parents, they live in the area. They've been watching my child. I know when they're at my house ready to drop him off because I will hear on the way to the door just this It's like a mix of a pterodactyl and Velociraptor noise.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's terrifying.
That
it's no
is
good.
terrifying.
So I live with that.
Yeah. It's pterodactyl-fying, it sounds like. Boy, it's a fun news day today.
Well, yes. So, to set the background for all of the news that has happened today, I was stuck at work. I got to work an hour early.
Right.
Because I needed to get work done before I had to go home in the midst of a snow and ice storm.
Yeah.
And so all day, I was stuck with the aftermath of Trump shithole comments and all of the stuff today.
Right. Yes, exactly.
That's my life. I just go to work and then I work for a while and look at my phone and go, oh no, what's that? What's that CNN news alert? And then I open it up and it'll be like, something bad happened in Florida. And I'll be like, oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. It's Florida. No one cares.
Bad things are happening there all the time.
And then the next one is Trump says, and I'm like, oh no.
Man, it's rough. It's rough. I mean, it's very frustrating and horrible. It did prompt. It was wonderful, by the way, to hear the word shithole on NPR this morning.
On NPR.
On NPR.
And on CNN.
Yeah.
Anderson Cooper, last night, I heard Anderson Cooper say the phrase shithole like probably 200 times. And it never got old.
It's true.
It was like watching someone finally liberated. Like they've wanted to say something like that on the air for so long, but they couldn't do it.
Do you think whoever's the head of the FCC today was like, you know what?
I don't care.
Fucking out to lunch today.
He's in charge of the country. I'm done.
Trump, of course, also said that he wished we had more immigrants from Norway, which...
Well, you have to give the whole background on the original comment.
Right.
What did he say?
Well, he said
shitholes.
He said there are some shithole countries, like Haiti and much of Africa.
Yeah. So like all of Africa. This is the head of our diplomacy.
Yeah.
Saying,
yeah.
Hey, why would we want these people from these terrible, awful places? Not a great tactic.
Not a great tactic.
In the world.
Why can't we have more? And then he says, why can't we have more people from Norway?
Norway.
Well, of course, the Norwegians don't want to come here. They
I
have
want
a
to go to
fantastic
Norway.
country. Yeah, we would like to. I think, weren't they rated? Yes, they were.
Yeah.
The happiest country in the world.
The answer is because to Norway, guess who the shithole country is?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look in the mirror. But it also prompted NPR to write a story today titled, Trump wishes we had more immigrants from Norway. Turns out we once did. Apparently in the 19th century, Norwegians began coming to the U.S. in droves.
This is interesting. What era of the 1900s?
Well, let's find out. It was also encouraging today because he immediately started to deny that he said shithole. And it was like on record.
Yeah.
First of all. And our pal, our sometimes pal, Lindsey Graham, even like tried to like sort of steer him away during this meeting, apparently. Like, think about what you're saying, Don.
When did Lindsey Graham cross the threshold from being a person to being Trump's buddy?
I don't know.
You can't be a person and Trump's buddy.
It's true. It's true.
You have to pick either a human being or Trump's friend.
Bob Corker has been treading that line
he went
too.
Back.
Yeah,
he's Trump's friend again.
I know. I don't get it. Mitch McConnell must have a horrible torture chamber. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, and a long-term plan.
Oh yeah,
that's what's scary about Mitch McConnell. Anyway,
well, he's waiting for Mike Pence to take over.
I think he is. From 1870 to 1910, a quarter of Norway's working-age population immigrated mostly to the U.S. Mm-hmm. A fourth of its workers left the country.
Wow,
it was quite poor then. I think they're wealthy now because of offshore drilling. Sadly,
really,
I think I might be confusing you with another country. Oh, by the way, some episodes ago, I think we accuse Norway of being like complacent with the Nazis. I don't think that's true.
I'm still going to accuse them.
Okay, but I don't
Why
think
not?
that's actually true. They do have Black Peter, which we also talked about around Christmas time. So we could shit on them for that.
Okay.
But
I will say, if I were to pick any place to live, not Norway in general,
yeah.
but just for pure happiness, the Scandinavian countries,
Yeah. Oh
man,
they're killing it.
it's hard to beat that.
Yeah. It is.
I would like to be an illegal immigrant into a Scandinavian country.
I think it's hard to go. Like when Sweden had the phone number.
Yeah.
And like people, I actually looked at one point just out of pure curiosity to see what it would take to live in Sweden. It's a process.
I'm sure it is.
It's a big time process.
And is it a process I'd be willing to go through?
Right. I think you have to like have a job waiting for you basically. And that they don't now that's if you're from the US. They don't want us for sure.
I feel hurt
Yeah.
and stuck in a land with orange Hitler.
I even met a French Canadian guy the other day, and I was pretty sure he was looking down on me. Just
Probably.
you know what I mean?
I assume at this point, listen, Trump called Haiti a shithole.
Yeah.
I'm assuming most Haitians would come here and just look at the two of us like this. Look at you two chumps.
Oh my god. Oh, good lord. Yeah, it's been an odd day.
It's been an odd week.
It's been an odd week. Yeah. As we said, we are experiencing like an ice storm, kind of, sort of an ice storm
Enough of one.
today.
And I'm sure I've brought this up in other podcasts, but growing up in the Midwest,
Yeah,
I was taught how to drive in snow.
sure.
Moving to the South, the people here were not taught how to drive in snow.
No.
So I left work today at 3. I got home today at 4:15.
You don't live that far.
No.
from the office.
Normally I would be home at 3:30.
Right.
The reason I got home so late is the highway was down to 1 lane because someone somehow got into a serious enough wreck in the middle lane of the highway
no.
that they had to shut down 2 of the 3 lanes.
Oh man.
That's what happens in this weather.
Yeah, it does routinely.
I don't understand. Like, it wasn't icy.
Not particularly. Not really that bad.
It was sort of snowy, and that's it.
The weird thing about this is that yesterday it was like 65 degrees. It was intense.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I'm hot.
Yeah.
I don't need my coat today.
Yesterday was shorts weather.
Yesterday was shorts weather. Yeah, I was riding around with my window down.
Yeah.
Today it's a fucking tundra out there. I don't know what's going on. Anyway. Yeah.
Climate change.
Climate
Not real.
change. Yeah. Yeah, you heard it here first, guys.
It's nonsense.
Thinking about recycling? Don't bother.
We'll all die eventually anyway. Who cares?
Did you hear about, this is a news story to me. Did you hear about this surgeon in England who was doing liver transplants and like branded his initials into some livers?
As he was doing the transplants,
Simon Bramhall, he is the British surgeon who branded his initials onto patients' livers during transplant surgeries at least twice. Well, he's been ordered to do 120 hours of community service and to pay £10,000. That's like that's about 14 grand fee. He pleaded guilty. This counts as assault. He wrote about this activity. Wait, no, that's not what he wrote. Sorry. The internal graffiti very likely did not cause any damage. The marks left are not thought to impair the organ's function and usually disappear by themselves. Why did he do this? Why did he do this?
I don't understand. Okay. So I have never had an urge to like monogram
Yeah.
a sweater or a towel or anything like that.
Right.
Definitely not another human being's organs.
Right. One woman who's anonymous
Yeah.
says, I just wish I could have been treated in the same way as other patients. Yeah. The horror of seeing the photo of my cut open body with the initials SB on the liver will forever live in my mind.
Wait. So okay. This is Britain, right? You said?
This is Britain, yeah.
This is the most British way to approach this ever. A person branded their
livers.
And she is mostly upset that she saw a picture of it. Not upset about the actual branding necessarily.
Right.
Just that she saw what happened and probably wasn't okay with that.
She just can't get it out of her head. I mean, if it
And
happened,
I'm assuming in typical British fashion, she's probably like moderately upset about it. I wish that hadn't been a thing.
she missed a tea. She may have had an extra whiskey that day because, you know.
Oh dear. My liver.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if that happened to an American, we would be, first of all, talk about lawsuits.
Oh man.
Talk about it.
Oh man, that's multi-million dollars right there for the
my
first person that finds it.
God. But then there's also the other type of American that would be like, they'd get a reality show because this happened to them. You know what I mean?
It might be the same person.
Well, yeah.
They win the
It's
lawsuit,
true.
they
Right.
get on VH1.
Right.
They're rich forever. And they probably
It's a
date one of the
cycle.
people from Jersey Shore.
Hey, what goes around
So,
goes around. Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. If you're the type of person who is dating someone from Jersey Shore,
Yeah.
you probably need a liver transplant.
It's odd. It is very odd.
Oh, man.
Apparently,
Why would you even do that?
I don't know.
Why do you want your name or initials on anything that badly?
All that was said in the article was that he was tired and stressed.
That's not an excuse.
That's
I'm tired. I'll put my initials on shit. That'll make me feel better.
It would be kind of hilarious if, and maybe an edge more creepy if you went to his house and everything was monogrammed. All of his little throw pillows, SB.
All of his couch cushions
Yeah,
have giant monograms on them.
Can you imagine, like, for some reason, one of the victims has to go to his house, and just like the rug in front of the door, the initials are on. You know,
They open the door and the victim just goes, "Ah, that!
so,
That's on my liver!"
talk about being triggered. Like everywhere you turn in this house.
Oh man,
Oh, horrible.
and that's why you go to med school.
Yeah,
Put your initials on things.
I guess. And what tool do they have in the operating room to do that with? Is there like a
That's a great question.
Is there like a leather burner? Remember, have you ever burned leather? Like that was a hobby because I'm from
he
fucking
takes
nowhere.
a little leather,
Yeah,
whatever they are. I
it's
can't
just
think.
it's like a heat thing.
Yeah,
It's just a
and just,
heated tip.
just burns his initials in.
Ugh,
Yeah.
gross.
Well, I mean, you've got a whole new liver.
Yeah.
What is less than 1% of the liver really in the grand scheme of things?
And like there had to be other people around.
Yeah.
Like, were there complacency within this?
The way I have it in my head, like a nurse was helping him in the surgery, several nurses probably. He gets the liver. They go, "What is that?" And he goes, "Don't worry about it." And it just gets going. I mean, it's pre-monogram.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pre-initialed. He's not going to do that in the body that would be against the Hippocratic Oath.
First, do no harm. Speaking of symbols and things being like graffiti, I guess. Have you noticed these like blue tick graffiti all around our neighborhood?
No.
I don't know what it is. I've been meaning to bring it up. And I'm pretty sure one of them is by the McDonald's is like marked as like some like indicated to be the first one. Like there's a number 1
Okay.
beside it, but it's just this like flat drawing of like clearly a tick in like a blue, like a sky blue kind of color. Well, maybe, like a bright blue kind of color. And they're all around our neighborhood.
Huh.
I don't know what it is.
Do we have like a tick gang around?
I'm like a vampiric.
I don't know.
Like,
So the only graffiti I've noticed lately is today as I was exiting the hellhole of the highway.
indeed.
Onto one of our side streets.
Right.
There's an overpass that goes over it. And someone has written in rainbow,
Ooh.
which I thought was impressive, resist.
Okay.
All across.
Oh,
I was
into it.
very impressed. Not by, well, first off, getting to it is a difficult feat. I don't know how they got to it to spray paint this.
Right.
But it's in rainbow. That's a lot of work
That is a lot of work.
to spray paint resist.
It's layered. Like, I've had this ambition for years. It's a small ambition.
What, to be Banksy?
No.
You want to be a Banksy?
No. I used to tag stuff sometimes.
Oh, you used to tag.
Yeah, but not like a lot. I mean, I'm not a very...
What's your tag?
I made this little, like, cardboard cutout thing. That was, like, it looked like a comma, like, sort of, like, on the horizontal.
See, this sounds pretty Banksy to
with
me.
little, like, stripes.
Okay.
That's all it was.
Okay.
It didn't signify much of anything, really. It looked like
So you're more like the obey people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
You got
yeah.
the stencil,
Yeah.
and you're just doing the stencil.
Yeah. I'm not very, like, visually, you know what I mean? Like,
I wish that I was as creative as Banksy.
yeah.
I wish
yeah,
I could do
sure.
that.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I don't know if you have seen like Exit Through the Gift Shop or anything.
I've had the best of intentions, but no.
All of Banksy's stuff that he has ever done. It's insane.
Yeah.
I see it and I want to do it. But I know, number one, I'm afraid of heights. Number two, not really interested in doing any of it.
Right.
I would get up there and go, wow, this really isn't worth any of the effort I'm putting into this. But I would love to see the finished result. I want someone to do it for me.
Yeah. You say what it's going to be.
I want to be the coach of a Banksy.
Yeah.
I want to just, sit down on the ground
Right.
and go, hey, you get up there and do it. Do it for the Kipper. Do it. And they go up, they do their spray painting, come down, and I go, yeah.
Like, I've always wanted a painting, too. I had this idea for a painting of, like, a person's face, like, staring into a water fountain.
Okay.
And it's, it's all, like, smudgy looking because they're staring into, like, the stainless steel.
Right.
And then the stream of water is going across it, like, three-dimensionally.
Okay.
But I don't... I paint sometimes for fun, but I can't paint like that, at least not at this point in my life. So I just always like wanted to hire an artist to do that, just to make it come to life.
Well, let's find Banksy. I'll
do it.
coach him. We can get that done.
Okay, sounds good. Someone should do graffitis of livers with initials in them, for real. Fearing deportation, food vendors are leaving the streets of New York.
Oh, boy.
Sad. That's sad.
Well, okay. So those people who voted, I'm going to have a sympathetic moment here.
Okay, let's do it.
Empathetic.
Yeah.
Whatever. Those people who voted for Donald Trump for economic reasons.
Right.
Thinking he would help them economically.
He's a business person,
Right.
quote unquote.
I don't agree with them.
Right.
I understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
However, Knowing that a majority of Donald Trump's support comes from the religious right. I'm about to get real preachy here.
Let's
by
do
the
it.
way.
Yeah, let's do it.
Kicking people out of our country who have come here for various reasons, be it political or for different earthquake-related reasons or natural reasons, whatever, have fled to our country.
Right.
If you count yourself as a conservative Christian
Right.
that wants to kick all these people out, you are a tremendous asshole. There's not another way to put it.
No.
You can't pretend to care about other human beings.
No, you can't.
And then in the same breath go, but we gotta get them all out of this
Right.
country because they're gonna hurt our economy. Blah, blah, blah.
And-
You don't know what you're talking about.
Right,
Number
right,
one.
right.
Number two. Why are you saying the people who are safe and have built a life need to go to the place that is less safe, the place that Donald Trump might refer to as a shithole?
Exactly.
And
precisely.
Why are you banishing these people from the place where they've built their entire life just because you don't think they should be here?
Right.
It's infuriating.
It's infuriating. It comes from a very racist, fear-based
I
place.
know,
You know,
but-
I'm not trying to understand it. I'm just saying that.
It started. So I originally was infuriated with the Republicans and the conservative groups being opposed to refugees.
Yeah.
Of all the people to be opposed to
Right.
coming into the country, refugees are here because they aren't safe not being here. We took them in to protect them.
Right.
If you want to kick them out of the country, number one, not a Christian viewpoint. If you want to
zero.
If you want to play your "I'm a conservative Christian" card, not a Christian viewpoint. Number two, not a human viewpoint. You're an asshole.
Right. It's true.
And all this week, it just keeps coming back to immigration.
Yeah.
In these aspects, and I just want to start smacking people.
Well, and you know, I kind of forgot for a while the sort of rhetorical gymnastics that you witness when you hear politicians on the radio.
Yeah.
And I was completely reminded today. There was this Republican representative from Arizona. I forget his name, but I've got it written down. Who was just doing the most horrible backpedaling I'd ever heard. Paul Gosar from Arizona on NPR this morning about the fact that the guy is like, these places, you know, he's being an out and out asshole about it.
Well, I mean, there's no way around it. That's the only. You're either an empathetic human being,
right,
or an asshole. Those are the only two choices in this scenario.
It's true.
Or I guess there's a third choice, neutral, where you go, I don't really care what they do.
I guess, but yeah, like the neutral. Yeah, I don't.
I mean that. I guess that's a choice, but that's neither party.
Right. Yeah, that one has always, and then with the Dreamers, it's like you want to kick children.
Yeah.
Out of the, like.
Well, and I heard this argument the other day, and it made me so mad. Someone made the argument, yeah, they were children when they were brought into the country, but they're not children anymore. Okay.
Because they all came at the same time?
Okay, so
Like-
a person was brought to the United States when they were 2.
Yeah.
But now they're 19. So we should probably kick them out, right?
Right.
Because they haven't done anything here. what is the logic here?
Yeah, and I also just don't understand it from the point of view of like, I mean, look, and it's a common argument, but it's true. Like, that's our whole country is made up of immigrants. You know, the only native people here we oppressed and killed. You know
That's
what I mean?
true.
And then relegated to these particular places within the landscape, within the country. So everybody here, you, me, everyone that we know for the most part was an immigrant at some point. And it's like we come and then it's like, no, you guys can't.
Well,
And it boils down to just that. And it's just a selfish, shitty way to be.
well, and okay, so I just looked this up. This whole week, there's been the debate amongst congressional members about DACA and whether we should protect DACA, the Dreamers
Act, yeah.
or we should only do it if we get a wall. Okay. According to Politico,
Yeah. Good source.
73% of Americans think there should be a path to citizenship
Yeah. Yeah. That's on both
for
sides.
Dreamers.
Right.
73% of all Americans.
Yes. There's a crazy asshole in a cabin somewhere that's like, yeah.
Yeah. Like there's, 73. That means there's 27%
Yeah.
that disagree with it.
Right.
There's also 27% who think like, yeah, Caucasians are superior to everyone.
Exactly.
I mean, it's stupid. They're stupid people. Ignore
right.
the 27%.
There are at least 3% of people in this country that think dolphins are like some sort of robot race that have been sent here to annihilate us.
Well, I mean, if you want to think about percentages here,
Which is true, by the way.
what's the percentage of people who are Scientologists?
Yeah, it's very tiny.
If you are anywhere near that percent,
Yeah.
you're in the in the minority.
You're in the minority. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It just hurts my head.
No,
27%
yeah, it's
disagree with DACA, and yet there's still a debate.
yes. Yes. I know. There should be no debate. It's funny because we get this happens all the time. We get polarized on issues where I feel just like this issue, there's an overwhelming majority of people who see it a certain way.
Far more than 50%.
And then the party
Far more.
than 50%. That's hugely significant. We think that 51% is like crazy good.
Think about if a president
yeah.
won a congressional race,
Yeah.
won an election
73%.
by 73%.
It's a landslide.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
This last election, Trump won with a minority.
Exactly.
73%. You carry like every state but Wyoming.
Yeah.
Who cares?
You're right. The Electoral College is like, woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, so what happens sometimes with this stuff is it becomes an issue where there's a binary, right? Where there's like an A choice and a B choice.
Yeah.
But most people are like, there's no fucking choice here. Yeah. Why did we make this into a thing? It's not a thing.
Really, there should be an A choice.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And in this case, path to citizenship.
Yeah.
Done.
It's
infuriating.
Infuriating.
It is. It's infuriating.
Do
you hear about the 7-Elevens getting raided?
Yes.
That was a thing this week.
This week, I had to stop watching CNN at one point.
Yeah.
Stop looking at my alerts on my phone for all the news I get. Because it was just exhausting.
It is exhausting.
Like sometime yesterday, I looked at my phone and had another alert and just went, ugh. I audibly sighed at work and just ignored it because it was the only option I had. This is what we've come to. It's either neutral news or bad news.
It
There's
is.
no good news at any
At the
point
moment,
in time.
no. The thing that I've learned, and I know it's not over, and I hope that Mueller gets his interview with the president.
Well,
and whatever comes out, if nothing comes out of it, fine. But
why would he do that? There's no investigation, right?
Right?
Isn't that what he said?
But the thing that I've taken away, and I hope the truth comes out, whatever the truth is. I hope it comes out.
Yeah.
And I hope that it reflects what I think it reflects, which is a massive fucking conspiracy, basically. Not conspiracy, but collusion and all that. In any case, what I think I've learned from this is it takes a while for the wheels of investigation and not even getting into like a legal case yet.
Oh yeah.
It takes a fucking long time to get that shit turning.
Well,
and during that period, they can pass a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, and think about this. They're saying this investigation is moving really fast.
Right.
We're at a year.
We're at a year. We're at a year. Oh, we're at a year.
I don't want to know what regular speed was. I wasn't paying full attention during the Watergate scandal.
Right.
So I don't know what regular speed is. But I can only assume it would make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Very, very uncomfortable.
Oh, extremely uncomfortable. Well, in other news.
Yeah. Brett, make it happy. Is it happy news?
It's not happy.
Can it make me feel good?
There's a
read the news.
There's a way to spin it.
Okay.
This is from NPR's appropriately titled The Salt blog.
Okay.
Their Salt section. Yeah. Headline: Showing love through food may be making our pets obese and unhappy. And they got a picture of a real chubby cat right here, whose name is apparently John Locke. An obese pet, Nathan, is not necessarily a happy pet. As with humans, obesity in pets is at epidemic proportions.
Well, I would imagine so.
Over half the dogs and cats around the globe battle the bulge. They don't really battle it. They enjoy. Well, maybe they don't enjoy. While overweight pets may not face the same social stigma as humans, medical and emotional damage is being done all the same. Obesity in animals can cause complications, blah, blah, blah. But owners say they often don't care if their pet is quote unquote fat. There's just more to love. It's my job to let them know there's less time to provide that love. Another study shows that obesity indeed has emotional consequences for pets. Overweight pets have worse scores in vitality, quality of life, addition, multiplication, subtraction, pain, and emotional disturbance. However, that can improve with some weight loss.
As the owner of a dachshund, having a fat pet, has been something I've wanted to avoid the entire time we've had her.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever seen a fat dachshund.
Oh, I had one growing up. Yeah, her name was Molly.
They're ridiculous.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We had this. She was like a brown, one of the brown ones.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah,
and great. Well, not well. She was we had a contentious relationship, me and this dog. She really bonded with my mom, and she was like, wouldn't let you touch her. Like, she wouldn't let you get close. You know, she was guarding mom, and she got to be huge. Like her stomach actually would like drag the ground.
That's about right. That's what I've wanted to avoid. So when I was growing up at my grandmother's house, there's a lot of backstory here.
All right.
My grandmother canceled cable, so she had very few things to watch. And as a child, the only thing she really had that I wanted to watch, because Carmen music videos didn't cater to me.
You know what?
There was a VHS copy of Tom and Jerry the movie.
Oh, okay. The
Okay.
movie, yeah.
So in Tom and Jerry the movie, first off, terrible movie. Tom and Jerry both speak. That's an issue
that's
I'm
a
going to
problem.
have until I die. Blech. But there is a villain in the movie, and the villain has a dachshund that is so fat that the dachshund has to scoot around on a skateboard.
Oh. Oh.
So, having a dachshund now, my fear in life has been, oh man, I don't want a dog that fat. So I've been avoiding that my whole life. And it turns out that means I'm a good pet owner.
Yeah. There you
Thank
go.
you, NPR.
There you go.
Thank you for your justification.
Yeah, Molly, yeah. But she had she had those fatty tumors as well.
Yeah. Well,
Later
they
on.
all end up with them.
Yeah, they do.
My childhood dog that my parents had forever was a dachshund too, and she had fatty tumors that all over that you'd be petting her and just
A lump.
you'd go, ugh. What the hell is that? Why? Ugh.
I was thinking about this
This
dog.
is supposed to be smooth.
Yeah, it's a bump. I have a bumpy dog. I was thinking about this dog. Like, it used to crawl. I don't know how it didn't suffocate. It used to crawl under the sheets and go to the foot of the bed.
Oh, yeah.
At night and sleep down there.
Dachshunds burrow.
They do.
Well, you know what they were made for?
To catch rats out of holes or
To
something?
catch,
The
I
Germans.
want to say it's gophers.
Go first. There you go.
Something like that. Muskrats, maybe? Something that burrows.
Yeah.
They were bred to catch a burrowing animal.
That's so weird.
And I guess that means they wanted to hang out in their little burrows. I don't
spots.
I don't know.
It is weird how breed really translates to personality in dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we had a Sheltie, and I was talking to someone else about a Sheltie, and we were describing almost the same dog. Like, Shelties are they seem very intelligent and a little aloof.
Well, yeah.
And then you get a dog like a dachshund, they all have that very protected. My dog is currently in
Right up
Nathan's
by
lap.
my penis.
Yeah.
Right up by my penis.
And she just gave you a kiss on the face.
Right in the mouth.
Now she's a mutt. She's a true mutt. She's part pit bull and she's part we think German short-haired pointer, I
Okay.
think. Cuz she's spotty kind of like a hound dog, but she's definitely got the pit bull face happening. And I think she has her personality to me is basic dog.
Yeah.
Like
General dog. She's very excited about things.
yeah.
Barks a lot.
Yeah. Loves to eat.
Yeah. Dog.
Dog.
The main breed I've noticed this with, the general characteristics, is a lab.
Yeah.
Every lab I have ever met could be confused for the last lab I met.
Exactly. Exactly.
They're all very mild-mannered, just kind of walk around and want petted.
Swim.
Very loyal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of quiet unless something makes them bark, and then it's very loud. They all seem like the exact same dog.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
How that translates genetically? I mean, it's got to be. It's genetic, right? I mean,
you would think so.
yeah. There's a movie out right now. I think it's called Alpha, which is about the first dog, and it looks like it's first dog and caveman. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it looks like a tearjerker.
Oh,
there's,
boy.
And it also looks kind of intense. Like there's a saber-toothed tiger.
It sounds like a prehistoric Marley and Me.
Yeah. I'm sure the dog dies by the end.
Oh,
I'm sure it does.
I mean, I'd be disappointed if it didn't.
But I think the whole breed breeds of dogs and how distinct they are and everything, I think it says more about us than it does about them. Like, we're the weird assholes that, like, made them this way.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I want a long, skinny dog with short legs that goes into that hole to catch rodents.
we've basically been experimenting with eugenics on dogs.
Oh,
like,
for centuries.
Centuries.
Yeah. And now, here's the thing that makes it worse. It used to be like a practical purpose, like hunting or something like that.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, I want a cute dog that doesn't have allergens.
And some of them...
Golden Doodle!
Yeah, exactly. And some of them shouldn't be alive. Like, I don't know what purpose a pug serves. And I don't know what the... We should look this up. Like, what's the... Why the fuck...
I feel like the pug was an accident. Like, they were trying to make something else, and they're like, oh, crap.
And they were like, look at
well, this is what we have now.
Look at this little monster that we made. What's it good for? It can barely live.
Were you hoping for a dog that was high maintenance and had a lot of things growing in its fat flaps? Good news.
Were they like originally, bred to like grow mushrooms on, like a walking mushroom farm? It's from China. That's right. They were prized by the emperors of China and lived in luxurious accommodations.
That doesn't make sense, though.
Sometimes even being guarded by soldiers. Pugs are one of 3 types of short-nosed dogs that are known to have been bred by the Chinese: the lion dog, the Pekingese, and the Losay, which is the ancient pug.
Okay, I don't want to be like our president.
Yeah.
And start trashing countries.
Yeah.
But China has some really bad taste in what makes a good dog. Like the entire country doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
They built a giant wall that's just a tourist attraction now. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy over there.
This is a weird website. Dogtime.com.
Dog time.
Find your wag. Pug. Find your wag. That sounds like a slur. Doesn't it?
Go find your wag.
Imagine if that was a typo. Imagine if there was one typo in that little statement. We'd have a grinder situation. An offensive grinder situation.
Yeah.
Pugs are often described as a lot of dog in a small space. These sturdy, compact
That's a really dumb way to describe a dog.
Sentence. These sturdy, compact dogs are a part of the American Kennel Club's toy group and are known as the clowns of the canine world because they have a great sense of humor and like to show off. Originally bred to be a lap dog. That's the purpose of a pug.
See, that's a stupid purpose. That's not a real purpose.
They thrive on human companionship. That's not a real purpose.
That's not a purpose at all.
It's not.
Okay, so I have a better comparison here.
Yeah.
You won't, full disclosure, you won't understand what I'm about to say.
Okay.
Instead of saying a pug is a lot of dog in a little space, a pug is like the fullback of dogs.
Yeah, I kind of know what you mean.
Yeah, they're like stocky. Yeah, you're not going to trust them to run the ball, but you'll trust them to block for the person running the ball.
Yeah.
Because they're just there going...
and then stopping and hitting an inhaler.
Yeah. They can go a very short distance and run into things.
Ooh, a mushroom. Then there's like this is such a weird website. Then they have like a scorecard, almost like we're playing like D&D, but with dogs. Adaptability, they adapt very well to apartment living, 5 stars. Good for novice owners. Tolerates being alone, that's a 1. Not so good. Not so good. They also don't like the cold or the hot.
That's the neediest dog ever. I need it to be 75.
Drooling potential is a 1. I guess that's positive? Like Like they don't drool a lot, or does that mean they do drool a lot?
I don't know.
I've never had one.
How is the rate? Like, is one a negative in the rating?
I guess. General health, 1 star. Not doing too hot.
Well, I had a boss a long time ago in life that had not pugs but Shar-Peis.
Okay.
And both of them have big fat flaps.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And I hadn't thought about this, but she was talking about it at one point. You have to watch under these fat flaps because they can have growths like fungus type of growths.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Like they can get like yeast infections in these fat
God.
flaps.
Oh, that's gross. It's so gross.
So if you were looking for a dog, hopefully we've discouraged you.
They're also low on intelligence, low on tendency to bark or howl, and low on something called wanderlust potential.
What does that mean? What?
They don't need a lot of exercise. They're a little intense, and they can be very playful. Oh my God.
How playful can they be?
I don't think much. I don't think much.
They get cranky if it's too hot or too cold. I don't think they can be that playful.
Okay. Pugs can't tolerate high heat and humidity because of the short muzzle. Air cools down when it passes through the nose of the dogs with longer muzzles before entering the lungs. So they don't have that built in. They don't have the, natural thing built in to help them. When your pug is outdoors, watch them carefully for signs of overheating. The gauges start going off.
Right.
They got a little sputter happening.
If you see steam coming out of their ears, make sure to get them inside.
This sentence.
Very quickly.
Pugs are definitely house dogs and should not be kept outdoors. A goddamn dog that can't be outside.
I'll be honest, if you bought a pug and thought, this thing looks like it could be outside, you're an idiot.
Oh, this is crazy. Okay, so we know they're from China, right? Probably dating back to the Han Dynasty, which is BC 206 to AD 200.
Really? That long ago?
Successful. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Chinese have been at it for a long time.
But that's so long ago that the young Earth creationists probably don't believe that they're an actual thing.
So there aren't really any pugs.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't believe in pugs.
It's good that we're fleshing out their religion. Some historians believe they're related to the Tibetan Mastiff. So it took, 400 years.
Mastiff?
Yeah. They took a really big dog and made it very small.
It was a lot of work.
That's true, man.
For nothing. No reward out of that work.
They were the favorites of royal households throughout Europe and even played a role in the history of many of the families.
Okay. So if you were royalty.
Yeah.
You're royalty, you have your choice.
You get your pick.
All the dogs that exist in the world.
Yeah.
Every breed. If it's a breed that's in India and you're in England, you can send someone to get it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Why would you pick of all the breeds?
It's true.
A pug.
It's true. It's true.
You could pick a golden retriever, very loyal, very majestic looking dog.
Yes.
Looks regal.
Can also defend you if needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pug.
Yeah.
You choose a pug.
Who needs constant around-the-clock care in order to survive.
You have to have one of your servants devote all their time to that pug to make sure it doesn't die.
Exactly. It's a commitment here. Marie Antoinette had a pug. It was named Mops before she married Louis at the age of 15. Oh, boy. Another famous French woman, Josephine Bonaparte, that would be Napoleon's wife, I think, had a pug named Fortune, or in French, Fortune. Before she married Napoleon, she was confirmed at blah, 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 blah. Since her beloved pug was the only visitor allowed when she was confirmed, she would conceal messages in his collar to take to her family. Oh, that's trippy. Wow.
Okay. I may be rethinking my whole pug thing here.
They're secret messengers.
Did the pug travel from her to the family on its own, or did someone take the pug?
Yeah. I think someone took the pug.
Because in my head now, I have a whole homeward bound type of
Scenario?
situation. Where the pug gets the message and then travels, across rivers and through the woods to get the message to the person.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
In that case, I apologize to all the pugs. I may have been too quick to judgment.
I love this sentence too. Don't expect a pug to hunt, guard, or retrieve.
What are the other purposes?
They were first introduced in the U.S. after the Civil War, where they were used as cannon fodder during. No, I'm sorry, I misread that. At first,
they're about the right shape.
they can. I think you could put one in a cannon. Oh boy. That's.
Oh man,
this is a lie. They're generally healthy. Fuck that. They have something called pug dog encephalitis, walking dandruff, epilepsy, nerve degeneration,
epilepsy,
corneal ulcers, dry eyes, eye problems, allergies, demodetic mange, staph infections, yeast infections, hip dysplasia, leg Perthes disease.
So every medical condition a dog could have.
And vaccine sensitivity.
Okay.
So
cool,
you can't cure them of anything. Because they can't have the fucking
Don't take them to a vet. They're just going to die.
Get your witch doctor to come down. That's probably not a nice term anymore, is it? Witch doctor? Is that a thing?
I mean, it depends on whether they're an actual witch.
If they self-identify as a witch? Okay.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how witch doctors would like to be identified.
If you're a witch doctor, reach out.
I mean, I wouldn't dare presume that they like or dislike anything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not my place.
Well, I've never encountered a witch doctor in real life.
Somewhere there might be a witch doctor starting a whole #MeToo campaign about their issue.
Yeah, it could be.
It will be taken less seriously.
Yeah.
I can assure you.
But more power to them.
Yeah.
More power to them.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you're from one of these so-called shithole countries, I know it's hard, but we're not all like this.
I think you are probably fine.
You're probably
I've met Haitians.
Great. Yeah.
I like Haitians.
Yeah.
All the Haitians I've met were nice people.
They have a vibrant culture.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to, by the way, assume that all Haitians are good people.
No, there's shit people
just
everywhere.
Just like every other place.
Yeah.
Some are good. Some are assholes.
Yeah. That pretty much sums it up.
You are like here.
That's right. That's right.
Same with every country in Africa. You're no different than America.
Right.
Aside from your president or leader is less orange than ours. Less tangerine.
And on behalf of the Sushi Jackknife podcast, we'd like to welcome you to America. And well, we hope you find somewhere better.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just
come here.
Hold out to 2020.
Yeah, come here. Don't put down any real roots. Who knows? You could immigrate to Norway.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's the place to go, right? If you figure that out, let me know. I'll come with you.
No. Detailed instructions, please. Someone do an Ask Wiki of how to become a Norwegian citizen.
WikiHow.
WikiHow. That's what I was trying to get out. Oh, my God. Well, until next time.
Sushi jackknife?
Sushi jackknife.
Sushi jackknife.
Exactly.
Sushi jackknife.
That's the one.
Sushi jackknife.
It's like he's been saving them up.